Hey y'all, I'm a little late because the time is different and the whole setup here is different and everything, but I wanted to try to make sure we at least went live for a couple of minutes. It is only 3:50 here in Oahu, Hawaii, and it is beautiful. I definitely want y'all to see what I'm looking at. Look at that, y'all. And it's so crazy how, and I don't know how much y'all can really hear me because of the wind, and I'm doing this from my phone, and it won't be long because I only have 14%, but this is just like a random beach, like not necessarily a destination, definitely not a resort. Like, this is what you get in Hawaii, everywhere you go. And then behind me, as you can see, beautiful mountains and greenery. It's just like traveling and vacation are essential to life. Just to kind of, as Wallace says, Wallace, say hi to the people.
How y'all doing?
Get your eyes on something different, experience something. One thing I definitely want to say about vacation and travel is the resorts and everything are wonderful, but if you have the opportunity, just get out with the locals and just entrench yourself in the local way of living, eat the local food, go to the mom and pop restaurants, shop at the small businesses, because it's what really gets you involved. I think I saw where Living Life as Lachey was talking about that in Jamaica and her experience in Jamaica, and that's what Wallace and I do. I came to Hawaii one time years and years ago, over a decade ago, and felt like I would probably never come back to Hawaii because the how long the flight was, how expensive. Hey Deborah, how are you? Hey Jamia, how are y'all? Thank you for tuning in. It's a little different today, but I'm going to stick to my Sunday with the hallway, and Wallace is over here. It's just that we're on the phone, so y'all can't see him in the frame with me, but I thank y'all for tuning in. But yeah, when I came to Hawaii for the first time a couple of decades ago, I felt like I would never come back because of how expensive it is, how long the flight is, and I did the resort thing, and it was just like, well shoot, I could just do this in Puerto Rico or Mexico for a fraction of the cost and just a 2-hour flight. But it wasn't until we came back to Hawaii and did the locals thing, stayed in a house and went to the little neighborhoods and all of that, when we fell in love with Hawaii. And so now this is our third time back to Hawaii in the past 9 months, and this is what we do. And I love the fact that, look, we're on a beach and it's not super crowded. Like, there's hardly anybody here. It's not a lot of umbrellas and chairs and all that, because the whole island is beach, and so it doesn't get, that crowding. People just kind of pick their beach. This is our second beach of the day, but look what we're looking at, y'all. I mean, just amazing. The beautiful clouds, like I said, the mountains behind us, mountains over there. One thing about Hawaii is there is no shortage of a good view. Like, you're going to get a good view everywhere you go, and it's just so easy and laid back. I had some good garlic shrimp today for lunch. Wallace had some good ribs, which are different than the ribs that you normally think about. Hey, you learn with Robert. Thank you so much for tuning in. But yeah, it's just a big part of just the reset, and especially for what we do as far as with life coaching and couples coaching. Vacation and travel, it may seem like a luxury, but it's a necessity. And it's not just that you have to do these extravagant cross-country, across-the-world trips. I mean, there are times when Wallace and I just reset, and we live in Dallas-Fort Worth. We may just go to Houston or Austin for the weekend and go and stay. And we like another pro tip. Deborah said, hey, Dr. Hall.
Hello.
But let me get closer to him. Another little pro tip is try to stay in more of the boutique style hotels and not the chain hotels, not your Marriotts and Hiltons and stuff like that. Just try to stay somewhere where it's a little bit more unique and not so commercialized, right?
Right. So, like when you want to be with the locals and
Oh, thank you, Cece.
just get away from the touristy stuff, and that's what turns a lot of people off. They go to the touristy locations and things like that. But when you get amongst the locals, the price of everything, the food, things like that,
The authenticity.
yeah, the atmosphere, the vibe, it's just completely different. Because most of these places, when you go into stay into the more resortish type areas or touristy type areas, rather, it feel like you're still at home.
Yeah.
So if you really want to get out and unplug, I would say go with the locals. I know in every country you really can't do that. But what's beautiful about
Yeah, you want to
Hawaii,
be safe and learn the lay of the land for sure. Do your research. So, most of us are content creators and we consume a lot of content on YouTube. Whenever I'm traveling anywhere, I watch vlogs of regular people who have been to the places, and I may repeat their entire itinerary. You know what I mean? I go exactly where they went, stay in the hotel they stayed at, go to the restaurants, because then you kind of know what to expect and it gives you a good idea. But
yeah, Hawaii is still part of the United States, and it's beautiful. You're free to move about the country, let's put it that way.
yeah.
It is beautiful.
Yeah, it's
and
an 8-hour
like it.
flight for us. Well, I found out actually a little longer than 8 hours. Our flight here was 8 hours and 40 minutes, and then
Which is
our
odd,
flight
because our flights
home.
before, I think it has to do with the wind a lot of times.
Yeah.
Because it's been before the flight. One time was like seven.
Well, the flight
7
home
hours
is
and
7
30 minutes or
something.
something.
Yeah, the flight home is 7 something. But I apologize, y'all, if y'all can't hear me because of the wind. But thank you, Cece, and I appreciate you for watching the vlogs, and I enjoy your videos as well. And so y'all are getting a sneak peek, because in the vlog that dropped today, I didn't say where we were going. So now y'all know it's Hawaii, but I didn't say where we were going. But I was like, we still need to go live. And so we had intended on going live as normal, the whole StreamYard thing and everything. And then we just got caught up. And I'm like, oh my gosh, babe. And again, the time is different here. So it's only 4 o'clock here. But we wanted to try to keep it for 7. So it would have meant that we needed to go live at 3. And by the time I looked, I'm like, oh my gosh, we're late. But we decided to cop a squat here on the beach and just go live anyway.
She says.
No, Hawaii, nice. Did you buy anything? You could tell the truth. I
Nice.
did not. See,
Not yet.
as far as to travel, I was saying on the last vlog, I
Oh.
wasn't going to buy anything. I did not. I didn't buy anything new. The only thing I picked up were like necessity things, a couple of like
Yeah.
toiletry type of things, but no new clothes, because that's another thing about Hawaii. I mean, it is definitely laid back. Ain't nobody dressed up. I could wear the same thing here every day and nobody would care. I got on my little Whitney Houston t-shirt and a little like tennis skirt. Wallace got on the t-shirt and shorts. We out here ashy, rusty, dusty. Don't nobody care. Sitting in the sand. We ain't even on a blanket because we just drive around and stop. So I did good. I did good. Thank you. Aloha. Yes, everybody is so
Aloha.
friendly. We went to Costco here yesterday because we had never gone to Costco in Hawaii, and I had kept seeing blogs about the Costco here. Y'all, why were we in Costco for what, like 2 hours? I think we circled.
Costco's different here.
Yeah, we circled the whole Costco like 2 or 3 times. Way different here. The things that they offer here are way different. And then like a pro tip, if you ever come to Hawaii, don't buy your pineapples at like the Dole Plantation or anywhere like that. It's the same exact pineapples in Costco, and they're only $3.98. If you try to get them other places, they can be upwards of $8 to $10. It's the same ones, and Dole Plantation's right down the street. What's another thing here? Like the 7-Elevens here are crazy. It's different. You can get a whole plate lunch at 7-Eleven. Fried chicken skin is a big thing here. Foodland grocery store is a big thing here. You can get your soup, your seafood, your poke. I mean, it's just awesome. We love it. Okay, what have you ate? Asking for a foodie. So far this time I've eaten the garlic shrimp twice. And so the top garlic shrimp trucks here, because there's a lot of food trucks here, a lot of food truck parks. And so I had Jenny's garlic shrimp the first day we got here. And then today I had it from, what's the name of the place? Big Shrimp? Is it Big Shrimp? Is that what it's called?
Big Wave Shrimp.
Big Wave Shrimp. It's another food truck right across the street from Jenny's. And then last night we got fried chicken and fried chicken skin.
Chicken is cooked different here, so it's not your normal southern fried chicken.
Yeah, but it's
different.
good. It's good. And they do a lot of garlic here, but we got the fried chicken just from Foodland grocery store. So we got regular fried chicken, and they do a lot of thighs and legs here. Like, you're not going to find a lot of breast and wings. But another thing about Hawaii is there are chickens literally running around all over the place, except for right on the beach. But You go anywhere out to eat, there's going to be chickens everywhere. And then mac salad, we got mac salad last night from Foodland. Just about everything you eat here is going to come with a scoop of mac salad. And so that's all we've eaten so far, isn't it? You had the ribs today. Oh, yes. There's another place named Earl's Hamburgers, and yeah, free food just running around, Cece. They are everywhere. Chickens, roosters. I mean, you get out the car, you just hear roosters any time of day, and a lot of cats as well, a lot of feral cats. There's a lot of military here, so what we found is with the cats, a lot of military people will get the cats and then get deployed and just leave the cats. So yeah, but we went to Earl's. That's a hamburger place, and so I got a mushroom Swiss burger, delicious, and the hamburgers are only like $10-12. And then Wallace got a double cheeseburger with pastrami. How was that?
It was delicious. I say one of the best hamburgers I've had. It was
yeah.
really good.
So you have to do your research, but you can definitely come to Hawaii on a budget. You just need to check out like Airbnbs or even less expensive hotels, because you're not going to spend a lot of time in your hotel. You probably either want to rent a car or catch the bus. The bus system here is amazing. We'll take you anywhere you want to go. What's the temperature here, babe, now?
Like 80 something.
About 80, so like 85, 86. Yeah, it's windy, but it feels good.
One more thing about the food here.
Okay.
You know, you want to try something different, but the thing about it is everything has a different little flair to it. So I said, we said chicken, we said fried chicken, we said hamburgers and stuff like that, but it's got a different flair to it. So it's not your normal, go to McDonald's burger or.
But even McDonald's is different.
Yeah, even
here.
McDonald's, but everything's got like a little different flair to it. So it's different food. It really is.
Yeah, there's better quality here. So like I was saying, even McDonald's is different here because, hey Nikki, how are you? Thank you for tuning in. But they have like, you know how we have the apple pies and cherry pies at McDonald's? They have the guava pie. Oh, it's 75 here, but okay. No, it feels more like 80 something, but he just pulled up the weather. But they have guava pies at McDonald's, and then they have different fast food places. You just have to, ube is like a purple, y'all probably know the gardening people, a purple sweet potato. They do a lot of things with ube here. But you just have to do your research and go to the mom and pops. Don't come here and try to do the 5-star dining or just regular restaurant dining, because it's going to be expensive. But I know when I get home, I'm going to do a video on traveling to Oahu. Now, I only know Oahu. I traveled to Kona the first time I came here, like I said, but I just went to a resort. So I'm going to do a video on like a guide to traveling to Oahu and just some tips that we learned, because like I said, we've been here 3 times in the past 9 months, so we pretty much are locals now.
The food is super fresh here. It's
yeah, well, like Cece said, it's just running around free range like that. Here is definitely free range chicken. They're all different colors, all different sizes. I mean, it is amazing. A lot of fresh seafood here, and the seafood like at oh my goodness, what Costco. The king crab legs were, I mean, you could get a big pack.
Beef is expensive.
Yeah, beef is expensive here, but seafood is cheap. But you could get a big pack of king crab legs for like $20. A huge pack of shrimp for like $15. It was crazy. So I'll probably do that and try to do a little seafood boil before we leave. Were you going to say something?
No.
But y'all, it's beautiful. Let me let y'all see this once again. My phone is only at 7%, so I guess I'll chat with y'all until it's done. Are y'all going to eat roast pig over the fire? So we did that when we came last March. We went to a luau, which that's something I'll talk about in the video. But the luau's are fun. It's more of an experience. The roast pig is good. They roasted it right there. But I haven't gotten it at any of the restaurants. Now, we are going to go to a place called Raised Chicken before we leave. And they actually roast the chickens on a rotisserie, but over charcoal. So we're going to try that. Yeah, and it's just a trailer. Like the mom and pops, the food trucks, the trailers, the street food. That's what you want here. But the luau, if you've never been and you just want to experience the show, go. But I think there were 4 of us, and I think we spent like $600 for the luau. But it was a buffet, and we did the VIP, where you don't actually have to go through the buffet. They just bring everything to you, but it was as much as you can eat. And so I would say if you come do that at least once, but I have no desire to ever go to a luau again. But the roast pig was good, but that was the only time we had the roast pig. Or did you have, well, there's a place where we like to have breakfast, and there's some roast pig in the burrito that Wallace gets as well. Hey Trish, thank you so much for tuning in. You can bring some of those free range chickens. Girl, that's another thing. You cannot bring anything back like that at all. Like, I got in trouble last time we came because I brought some watermelon on the plane. You cannot bring any plantation, any fruits and vegetables, no animals. We wanted to bring our dog Lux with us here because they're really animal friendly here, but bringing your animals here is a whole process. Like, they have to quarantine for a certain amount of days. You have to get all this paperwork done from the vet. They have to have certain shots. So Lux had to stay home with our middle son. Yeah, they need permits and everything. It's just a huge deal to bring your animal here on vacation. And even if you're coming to move here and you have a pet, you have to go through a whole lot to bring your animal here. So yeah, they're real funny about what you can bring in and what you can take out. Like, it's illegal to take shells and rocks off of the beach here. You can't do that. You have to have a special kind of sunscreen when you come here that's coral safe, because they really try to protect and preserve their environment here. So there are a lot of rules, so you have to do the research. That's why I felt like it was worthwhile for me to do just a content video, like I said, once I get home. Or I may even do it from here, but probably when I get home and I can really just think about all of the little tips that you need for when you come to Hawaii. But it is beautiful. Yeah, my phone's down to 5, so I want to make sure I show y'all this again. But can y'all believe how we have the beach practically to ourselves? Crazy. Just for miles and miles, and that's behind us. I know the sun is bright, but that is what we are seeing now. And so we usually do a couple of hikes while we're here. There's a couple of really popular ones we have. Of course, I'm not going to be able to think of any of them now. But yeah, there's a few very popular hikes, and I'll talk about those. And there's some that are really difficult, but there's some that are super easy. We did one when we were here last March, where you actually can go and see the whales, a beautiful lighthouse. I mean, it's just so much stuff. And then Wallace wants to go shark diving. I have not really bought into that yet, but there's a lot of shark diving excursions, and a lot of the water excursions and the whale watching and stuff are not very expensive either. If you go through an app or a site called Viator, I think it's called. But again, stuff that I will talk about when I do my content video. But yeah, this is, I'm telling you, if you can get, hey Kenneth, how are you? Thank you so much for tuning in. But if you have the ability to come here, I'm telling you, Wallace and I are seriously thinking about getting some property here. I used to say I wanted to retire to New York City, to Manhattan. This is exactly the opposite of that, but yeah, now I'm like, Hawaii, this is where I want to be. It's just so relaxing, so laid back, and it's amazing. And the flight here, now for those of you who live in Texas and you're anywhere near Austin, I would suggest that you fly here from Austin. Wallace and I, if you see in the last vlog, we drove to Austin and flew out of Austin on Hawaiian Airlines, because it is, to me, a luxury airline. They treat you so well. We literally sit in the same 2 seats every time we get in because of the leg room. You get 2 meals on the flight. They make sure you have water the entire time. It is a direct flight. Oh, Cece said, shark food, don't do it, Wallace. Black peeps don't make it. Tell them.
Dark meat. I mean, they eat dark meat, really?
Yeah, they eat dark meat. I'll be trying to tell them. But yeah, if you are in Texas, it's definitely worth the drive to Austin if you're just a couple of hours. Like, Austin is like 2.5, 3 hours from us, and Wallace loves a good road trip. And so we worked. I did my live on Thursday. Wallace has some business to take care of on Thursday, and we just got on the road, and we just stayed in a hotel overnight and went to the airport. We were only 10 minutes from the airport. Direct flight. I don't know what this is, y'all. Well, it's a plane, but I don't know what they're doing. Because this area we're in here, some skydiving. So this is a different beach than we've ever been to before. We just kind of, when we left the house this time, took a left instead of a right type of thing and just drove to the other side of the island that we hadn't been to before. And that's just what we do. We just drive around, we see stuff, we pull over, and we stop and we check it out. There's some kids out there surfing, but the funny thing is surfing season here is like in December, and this is when in December they usually have like the different surfing competitions. But the water, I don't know if I was already telling y'all this because I was talking to my sister right before I called y'all. Called y'all right before I went live. And the beaches are all different. Like the water is different, the terrain is different. Like one beach you'll go to, the water is really calm. Another beach, the water is really rough. Some of the sand is really smooth, and there's other sand that's rougher. Then there's some beaches where it's not really sand, it's just like lava rocks. Some of the beaches, you know, you'll see the huge turtles. There's actually a turtle beach here where the big, huge tortoises will come up on the sand. And some of the beaches, you're more likely to see whales and dolphins. So it's just different, but still all on one island, all within. Yes, we are wearing our sunscreen. Yes, ma'am. Like I was saying, but you have to have a special sunscreen when you come here if you're going to get into the water. It's a mineral-based sunscreen to protect the reef. But if you're not going to get into the water, you can wear any type of sunscreen. But yeah, the beaches are all different. So we just drive around and check out the different beaches because they are literally all different. And the only time you're going to get a crowded beach is if you are in Waikiki on Waikiki Beach, because that is the most touristy area here in Honolulu and Oahu. So Waikiki is where you're going to see, and we went there yesterday and just kind of walked around, but that's where you're going to see all your Gucci shops, your Louis Vuitton, your Chanel, and all of the restaurants. Like they have a cheesecake factory over there, and then they have the Four Seasons, and they have a really swanky restaurant. And that beach is really crowded because that's where there's only Waikiki and one other place here that really has the resorts. So, you know, we go there just to kind of walk. Y'all know me, I want to look in the shops, but I didn't. I bought one thing yesterday on Waikiki Beach, but it was just a Christmas ornament. I buy a Christmas ornament everywhere I go, every time I travel. And so they had a Christmas shop. So I just got this little pretty ornament with Stae and Wallace Hawaii 2024. So that was the only thing, and probably the only thing I'm gonna buy. But I did look. I looked at Jimmy Choo a little bit, looked at Fendi a little bit. But yeah, so if you want that kind of thing, yeah, you can check out Waikiki. Thank you so much, Cece. Have a good night and a good day at work tomorrow. Yeah, I hate I've been missing y'all on Miss T the last couple of mornings, but that's like 4:30 in the morning for me here. So I think I caught one morning like just 2 minutes before y'all went off because a little bit of jet lag. So I've been getting up pretty early, but not quite at 4:30. Or if I get up that early, I force myself to go back to sleep. Because yeah, jet lag will get you. So it's good to come and have plenty of time because that first 2 days, it just takes a little bit to adjust. So we'll be here for about 7 days because you just want to make sure that you have plenty of time. But we do something every day, but we did go to bed early the first 2 nights and then try to kind of force yourself to sleep because I woke up at like 3, but it's like, Hey Elvin, how are you? Thank you so much for tuning in. All right, so y'all know I got to show y'all this one more time because I'm at 2%. Sharing is caring. And we did not bring the charger for the car. We brought it, but we didn't bring it outside today. So there it is. But thank y'all so much for tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of you. And please be sure to take that time to travel. Get your eyes on something different. Learn a new culture. Take that time out for yourself because it is so necessary and you will not regret it. Isn't that a beautiful view, Alvin? I love it, love it, love it. But y'all know the drill. I love you all to bits and pieces. I appreciate each and every one of you. Always be kind and love one another, but never forget to live your life. LYFE. Love yourself first explicitly. And we'll see y'all next time in the hallway. Bye, y'all. Now, how do I end it? I never did it on my phone. Y'all gonna have to look at me for a second. I think it's just the X. All right, bye.